Okay, so now we have created our account, I'm going to show you how to create a trip. So on this home page, you're going to look at that top right button, which is a little plus sign. You click on that and you're going to have a choice to create or join a trip. Right now, we're going to create one. Here, in the name of trip, let's imagine we are taking the 8th grade to Washington, DC. In the description part, you can put a little bit of information about the trip, or you can also put links to useful resources. So for example, the websites of the museums that you're going to, or perhaps a Google Doc with some important information. My biggest tip actually is to create a Google Drive folder with all useful resources in that students and chaperones alike might want to access through the trip. For example, here, I have got in my Google Drive a trip resource folder. In here, I've got the attendance list, the rooming list, what to pack, whatever you like to put in here that you think will be useful for students and teachers to access. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to go back to my app and I'm just going to paste that here. Now that's going to live as a live link within the trip information. We then put the start date of the trip. Let's imagine we're going in just a few days. We're staying for 3 days, so we're going to return on the 12th, confirm, and then I'm going to click to upload images. Now this is an important moment here as well. You need to give chaperone permission to access your photos. If you think you're just going to use it this one time to access a photo that perhaps you've taken off the internet, you can say select photos. I'd actually recommend you to say allow access to all photos, and that's because later on during the trip you might want to send photo messages to other students. If throughout the trip you find that you can't access all of your photos, it's probably because of a settings issue here. Again, go to our troubleshooting, we can help you. But for now, I'm going to say allow access to all photos, the middle option. And here, what I'd done earlier is I'd actually chosen a few photos from Google of where I'm going, and I've put them in, and now the trip is all done. Submit. Once I hit submit, you can see now it's creating that trip and you'll see it living in your home page. You click into it and now this is where you're going to have all of the information you can put. Again, you can see that lovely link that takes you straight to that resource folder. And now you can start filling out the itinerary. The itinerary here, you're going to add a field and then you can go into as much detail as you like throughout this. So I'm going to say on our first day, the 9th of October, we are going to depart. I'm going to click inside that white box to then get the done button. And now I say buses depart. We're then going to say another add field. And here I'm going to say, right, well, it's going to be about a few hours journey. We're going to arrive. At this stage, I'm going to say arrive at hotel. Now notice what I've done here is I haven't changed the date. So this is the 4th of October still, which is why it's gone kind of earlier in the order. So I think, I've made a mistake. What do I do? It's really simple. You just click into the box and you change the date to whatever you like. This itinerary can be changed around, and now you'll notice it's back in the right order. You can add as many fields as you like through this. If you make any mistakes, you edit, or you can even delete a field by that little grey box on the side. And at this point, you press update in the top right corner, and now you'll see the itinerary here. This can be updated throughout the trip, which means that students and chaperones will always have the most important and most up-to-date information at their fingertips. The other thing you might want to do is also include some emergency information. Now, this is the type of thing that so many schools, I know I used to all the time, we'd give students a little laminated piece of card with who to contact, where to go, what to do in an emergency, which of course they lose immediately. So here, instead of that, you can actually start putting some information in. So you could say Ali Abarakan, trip leader. I could even put my room in so that students know where to find me if there's a problem while they're in the hotel. And I'm going to put my phone number for this trip. Only call in emergency. Maybe I'll say that. And then submit. And now this emergency information has been added. I can see it here. And the great thing is you can call straight from the app, which means if any students get into any trouble, they know what to do. You might also want to say emergency meeting location at the hotel. You know, if there's a fire, this is where we meet. You know, whatever you like to say there can live. You can also put the hotel address. You can put the, room numbers of the teachers. Whatever you like can live here. And it's a really great place to make sure everybody has that information. Now, this trip is ready to be shared with the students, and you can actually get everybody signed up. Watch the next video and I'll show you how.